Do you think the smaller park, like the 20 to 40 park range with the park-owned homes, do you think that model would be as attractive to you if you weren't an operator? If you were someone who, like, maybe didn't know how to do the plumbing and the electrical and the septic? Is that something that you would still take on?
Not 30 and 40 at a time, no, definitely not. And I've been blessed over the years with all these different things that I've done that make it easier for me to navigate. My wife and I do all the property management. I've dealt with tenants from the crazy years of 2010 until present. Never not had rental properties. I'm not going to say I've seen it all with rentals, but I've seen a lot and seen what people can do to you and how they do to you and what they will do to you if you're not a stand-up person to your tenants. And so we kind of have a good guy, bad guy thing between me and my wife. She's real good. She's got a great heart. Heart's bigger than her body. She deals with tenants on a totally different level than I can deal with them on. And so she handles that portion of them. And then I'm real good with them until they're not being good people. And then I'm the bad guy and I get there real quick. And I've dealt with hundreds of evictions, literally hundreds of evictions, and lockouts and sheriff's lockouts and all of it. And so it kind of switches gears when my wife's getting taken advantage of, that goes to me. And then the rehabbing of them and what you need to do and what to ask for and look for with these tenants that are going to screw you on their way out, and what not to say to them to piss them off on the last 3 days that they're getting ready to move out, to where they're going to make a rash decision that hurts you financially. So there's so many little things that I've had to be through in the last 15 years that help me navigate those park owned homes. And then the other thing is I know mobile homes like pretty much inside and out. I mean, down to the studs. I mean, I've rehabbed them when we were doing Southern California. I'd buy old dilapidated ones and rehab and flip those while I was setting up the brand new one next door. I mean, I know them inside and out. I know the electrical. I know every part about them, the plumbing, we've repiped a dozen of them. I mean, it's all in pecs. And so it's knowing the homes to where if I get a call right now from Kirksville, Missouri, and they say, hey, we've got a problem in this home and this is what's going on and here's where the leak is, I can literally put my mind and say, okay, go inside the water heater room, turn off the main, go outside, take the skirting off midway through the house where the utility room is, crawl underneath there. There's going to be a blue and a red pipe, hot and cold water going up that wall right there. See if it's in the T that tees off and goes over to the other bathroom. Like, I know them inside and out. So there's things that I see that then I can navigate and do remotely to help the cause. And that's not going to be with a guy that hasn't done it. And it's just no way, no how are they going to know what I'm seeing in my head from seeing hundreds of them. They can't navigate that. And so then they're calling the contractor that's busy and calling through four of them, especially in these smaller towns, to try to get somebody out there. And 2 days later, they're there, got a big mess on our hands 2 days later. And then they get it fixed. And then they're paying X amount to get it fixed. That contractor says, well, my buddy Tim needs to come in and do this, this, and that, because this is what happened. And they don't have any idea. They just wouldn't have any idea. There's no way. So they rely on that guy. They trust them, and all of a sudden they've spent 5,000 on something that should have been fixed for 800. So no, I think that for an operator that's going to come in and try to do tenant owned and park owned homes, definitely go that tenant owned route. And if they're park owned homes, maybe deal with a couple of them and figuring it out and see if it works for you, because everybody's different. You may catch on to a park owned home model just bam in a month and you feel confident, and all of a sudden AJ says, man, I could do 10 of these in a park. If I'm going to make 20,000 a month in gross on 10 mobile homes or 15 mobile homes that are park owned versus 400 lot lease, I want the park owned homes. But that's not going to be everybody. So I definitely say go ahead with caution and be real cautious about it. Find what fits you for sure.